King of Olympus. Kratos is the potatoes. Yes, I'm gonna save, and I could have saved between, but I didn't want to. Skibidi bebop. It's late. It's not. It's 11:34.
Do you want me to continue with the last paragraph of the story? I freely admit, I could have been completely wrong about his intentions, but I wasn't willing to take the risk. Thankfully, I've never had another run-in like that ever again. Even on subsequent nights, I went on binge playing until the deep freeze of winter arrived. I had some really weird encounters with the homeless people here, including an overly aggressive panhandler who tried to come inside my apartment. And someone who thought walking in front of my car with a green light on to keep me from going, so he could beg to ride to the court.
To the court.
Okay.
The court?
As Kratos stepped out into the
I don't know if they think
eternal
it's like the b-ball court or the courthouse.
Wait and tough.
Morpheus grew ever stronger as his harbingers and darkness continued their relentless march.
Okay, nothing.
I'm absolutely not joking about that one, by the way. But he thought you asked for me. But nothing where I actually felt my life was potentially in danger like that night.
Could be wrong. That could be wrong.
In fact, my backcraft insane stalker X, my backcraft insane stalker X scared me more than the homeless.
Backcraft for real, like getting toys?
Backcraft, not that shit. Backcraft. That guano.
You can tell what you want to already. Like, you got a big fat kitty monster and they won't give a fuck.
We're really scared when his mom is gonna see his clothes and then take away his Xbox. Anyway, his ex scares him more than the homeless people. However, that's an entirely different story for another day. I hope not, because I'd really not the work. I wouldn't help to not go read a story from him again. So. Anyway, but Crazy Druggy, let's not eat. Again, that was Crazy Druggy, let's not eat. Crazy Druggy Simon, let's not eat. That was the name story. It was by Van Gogh. Not Van Gogh. That's good. I mean, yeah, I thought that too, but as long as you're wearing both headphones, it's fine.
No. Because I'm only wearing the right figure, but I'm only wearing the one I need to hear. And the game is just that loud. Like, I have the music up. Like, the music is turned all the way down. But like, when they say music, they mean like the they don't mean the ambient music that plays during fight scenes. So,
no.
But you can talk now. But there is a lot of like background noises. They didn't design this game for this. They didn't expect for us to be doing this when we played it, so they didn't think it was necessary to have the options to turn certain things down to a certain degree. Like right now, it's very fucking quiet. So talk very quickly.
Like that. Very quickly? Very. Is that what you wanted? Okay. I have to find another story now.
Find another story?
Yeah.
Unprofessional.
I didn't look them up. That's it. I'm looking by the ones from this week. Planning out our first date, then I googled her. This is by Asa King. Asa King. I just moved to a new city. Had a few friends, but still wanted to meet new people, and maybe a cute girl to date. I began using Tinder, which I had fun with in other cities. I matched with this gorgeous woman, way out of my league. Her profile was funny and interesting. We get to chatting, and she's flirtatious and clever, and then let it drop that she's and let it drop. She went to a top artsy school in France. That was just a weird way to put that sentence, in my opinion. So
I
I'm
think
intrigued.
they were trying to use the phrase name dropping because she probably name dropped the school in France.
Yeah.
But what they should have just simply said, she name dropped the fancy school in France in which she attends, because we still don't care either way.
Either way, she went to a fancy school in France. That's all that matters.
That's what he could have
So
said.
I'm intrigued. And also thinking she's way out of my league. Why is she so interesting? So I decided to Google her, which is something
Eros,
I used to do.
the East Wind. Here rests the spirit of Eros, the East Wind, who sees the path of the sun chariot. Hideous. Since he wasn't talking, I figured I'd say something else.
Okay. I used to do every report every day. Usually this is when I bring up a Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, etc. Blah 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 blah. But then I clicked enter her name. That's what he said. But when I clicked enter her name, came back with like 125,000 hits, news articles, videos, etc. Chronologically, the weirdness is this. As a teenager, she was one of the top women who started up correspondence with serial killers and had been engaged to 2 of them on death row before they went and been put to death. Next, she was engaged to her 6th grade English teacher in her early 20s. He was famous for having falsely claimed to kill Jean-Bet Ramsey. For this...
Wait, Jean Benet Ramsey?
Is it? I don't know. Apparently she was... Yeah, it was Jean Benet. Jean Benet.
You hit that son bitch running in it.
I don't know who the fuck this person is.
Why would you even lie about that?
Who?
Why would you...
him?
Whoa, I'm so sorry. Why would you lie about having murdered a child? Like, what pussy is that finna get you?
I don't know.
I don't know if I'm supposed to break this horse or not. Like, I don't know.
But
Like,
yeah,
like, there's nowhere to go.
Jean Benet
here.
Ramsey. Yeah, he was apparently falsely claiming to do that. For this, she was on Good Morning America saying that he was going to use her to recruit 6th grade girls for a sex cult. Okay. Lastly, she became a high school escort in the city and had a fairly popular blog about it. In general, she's not shaming the sex worker community, by the way, but still was like sprinkles on the weirdness of the whole thing. After seeing these things, I was intrigued / creeped out by her and Fundin. It says found, but he spelled it F-O-U-D-N. Fundin. Out. She was an adopted, not an adopted, but a adopted of a local billionaire. I decided this shit wasn't worth it and deleted Tinder the next day before a date. The next day she messaged me on another dating app asking me if I was still going to meet her for a drink. No, let's not meet. This was planning our first date. Then Google her by Asa King. Whether this person is real, I don't know. I'm not going to take the time to Google this. If you want to look up if this chick who apparently had all these things happen / did to her is true, you can look it up. That's up to you.
I don't remember what I'm supposed to do here. I got down.
Well, maybe this will just be the whole week.
Most likely not. When we hit the time limit, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just keep playing until I figure it out.
Well, the next story is a story by Onyx Infused, and it's called Joking About a Dude Who Looked Like a Murderer. Turns out he was stalking my mom. So this happened when I was around 7 years old or so, with my brother, who was about 4 years older than me. My brother and I were sitting in the car while our mom was shopping inside of a Fresh and Easy grocery store. Normally we would lock the door as soon as our mom would leave, but that day we forgot. This dude came walking out of the grocery store, I guess we'll have to wait to
No, go ahead.
learn what happened with the dude.
But how long is this
okay.
story?
I mean, I just started it. It said it was short, but I mean, we have like 2 paragraphs left.
Well, just hold on to it, because I have no idea how I'm supposed to get past this room. So when I figure it out, that's where the next episode will start. Until next time, guys. Right here, peace. Oh my God.